Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here to Sports Time HQ. I am your host, Renato. Joining with me today is indeed my great co-host, Gary. We're doing it on a Saturday at 10 a.m. It's definitely not something we're used to doing. Gary obviously probably just woke up. I have already went out and about, explored the streets of Barcelona, and having a cup of coffee, the true European style. And of course, I'm not in my normal setting because I'm traveling. Which means that this will be indeed our final show until August 24th, unfortunately, for the next month. But that's not going to stop us posting on social media. We're going to still have social media going out every single day. Who knows? Maybe I'll interview some people while I'm out around the streets of Europe. But, anyways, we got a big news and notes to talk about today. But not only that, we're going in with a big bang on the sleeper redraft. In fact, we got a defensive player that we will be drafting in our mock draft, which is exciting. We've never done it on the show before. And, there's going to be a little spice up with it, especially because it's also Superflex. But let's first start out with Gary. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I'm excited for the show. I saw we have a big slate, so I won't take too much time. But yeah, I mean, let's finish it off. Let's finish it off right, huh? We got a big show upcoming, and for the next month, I guess we'll just be gathering some intel, find out what's going on about these training camps that are upcoming, and we'll be back with some more shows like usual.
Yeah, the more shows, the better and the better, of course. We might come back with two more shows, might go back to the waiver wire show. Who knows, of course. We will, by the time I think we come back, preseason will already be underway. And we'll maybe have, like, I don't know, 2 weeks before we get things rolling with regular season, which is going to be crazy to see. Crazy. Well, let's dive into some news and notes. We got a lot of things to dive into because we haven't talked in about a week. So, first things first is the rookie signings. Of course, we're still on the talks about rookies getting signed. Some four that are big names who have recently signed include RJ Harvey, Jack Beck, Mason Taylor, and Trey Harris. Among those that have not, Bengals 17th overall pick defensive end Shamir Stewart and second round 49th pick Demetrius Knight Jr. They're still holding out mid-contract negotiations. For the path of Demetrius Knight Jr., he has a good chance of signing very soon. He saw 50th overall Elijah Arroyo, the tight end for the Seattle Seahawks, receive a $6.8 million worth of guaranteed money in his $8.8 million rookie contract. And that's kind of setting the baseline of what Demetrius Knight wants. He wants somewhat fully guaranteed, but it looks like he's not going to get all fully guaranteed. So if not, he'll get most, probably north of what Elijah Arroyo just got in fully guaranteed money. But as for Shamir Stewart, Gary, I don't know if you've been reading up more into the Shamir Stewart scandal and all that, like what's been happening, what happens if he doesn't sign. You got anything on to add on that on the Shamir Stewart?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's eligible to go back to school, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be going back to school. I don't think he has to sit out. I think he can play the senior year, and then he can be redrafted in the 2026. The only thing is, like, I mean, if anybody knows anything about Shamar Stewart, he got drafted here strictly based on potential. And I like Shamar Stewart. I'm a fan of his, but when you look at what he's actually done at Texas A&M, I believe he only has 3 or 4 career sacks. So, again, he's being completely drafted on potential here. And, I mean, if he goes out into his senior year and puts up another stinker or, declines from this year, then who's to say he'll be remotely close to where he got drafted this year? I think he will be. I think, there's a possibility that he even goes higher. But this could come back to backfire on him, unfortunately. But at the same time, I read that the Bengals just simply have no money. So,
Yeah, they got nothing.
If you're not being paid, at least your slot value where you're being drafted at 17 overall, then, I can kind of see where there's an issue. But, I feel like kind of both sides just have to find a common ground because this could backfire potentially on both parties.
Now, Something funny about Shamir Stewart's dilemma here is the fact that they actually have officially agreed on both sides about the contract. He's getting fully guaranteed money, and that's the thing that you want to see from him. They're getting the fully guaranteed money, but the problem is the Bengals. They have something in their contract where it allows them to void their contract. Um, Basically, I forget how it goes, but if the rookie ends up signing the deal, in the Bengals contracts, which we've seen in past seasons, is that they can actually cut him and not have to pay him, pretty much. But basically, this if he does not sign by August 5th, because obviously today they're supposed to report to the rookie mandatory camp, but he can be a part of the team. He just can't participate in any of the anything. But if he does not on August 5th, the player becomes ineligible to be traded or to accrue a credited season. So what this means is that the actual contract that was kind of agreed between Shamir Stewart and the Bengals would actually not start in 2025, would actually push back to 2026 to start that contract.
Yeah.
So you'd miss the whole season.
Yeah, it's kind of like in MLB where like if you have a guy in the minors and you're contemplating calling him up, there's a cutoff date. I don't know exactly when it is, but there's a cutoff date of when 1 year of major league service would be, played out. So, for example, off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but there are players that will come up like say halfway or 3/4 throughout the first season, which is technically their rookie year, but it doesn't it's not counted as their rookie year. So the next year is technically their rookie year. That would kind of be the same thing here, except there's obviously no minors and they're not playing anywhere else.
And for the MLB, it's they have to accrue 172 days in a year for them to reach 1 year of major league service.
Okay.
Fun fact. So that's interesting. Now, obviously, you mentioned how there's rumors that he might go back to college. Now, if he goes back to college, there's a possibility he could get redrafted in a way, but it becomes a lot more complicated than just that. I think we're going to see most likely the Bengals give in because not only that, they need to sign both their first and second round. The fact, if they don't sign neither of their first and second round, it becomes a loss of a year for the draft for them.
Yeah.
I would immediately grade them an F no matter what. Whether or not they even signed Demetrius Knight, I still think it's an F in potential because you missed out on a first year pick that's not getting the reps that he needs to in order to be that starter.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's a position of need too.
Big position in need for them. Moving on to the PUP list. Only 4 big names that are related to fantasy. Christian Watson's, which, I don't know how much you really want to relate it to fantasy, but also wide receivers Brandon Ayuk and Ricky Pearsall. And, of course, running back Najee Harris, who, if you haven't heard, sustained a superficial eye injury during 4th of July. Just be smart with the fireworks, I guess. And, is that so hard to ask? I love fireworks, but
it's incredible how many of these injuries actually happen.
What is it? James Pierce-Paul?
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul. Yeah. He had a freak accident with fireworks.
Lost his fingers.
I think fingers.
He lost 2 or 3 of his fingers.
Yeah. Hey, but he still worked out in the NFL for a little bit. I think the biggest one to look at is the 49ers wide receiver corps because Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, if they're not on the team by the beginning of the season, they will miss the first 6 games. Can't remember off the top of my head.
I think it's 4.
4 games. If they do miss that, that's a big, huge loss for the 49ers. Now, obviously, we expect them to be back and all. But, again, this is just something to monitor, nothing to panic about. It's still only July. We still have a month and a half until week 1. So I wouldn't be all too concerned. I think once we get into a month from now, then it starts to worry. They're still not off it, and they're still not playing, and maybe they do have to miss time.
Yeah, and I mean those would be two big losses because I know a lot of people are starting to buy into the Niners hype again. Oh, they're going to
Yeah.
be a fully healthy team this year. When they're fully healthy, they're a different team. They weren't, even remotely close to healthy last year. And I totally agree with all of that. But it seems as of right now that these injuries are going to continue to linger, and hopefully it doesn't, come back to also haunt Christian McCaffrey, um, the best offensive
Very
player,
true.
of course. But if it is to, then we'd unfortunately possibly see a total remake of last year.
Yeah, and that's when we start to question: is it time to deteriorate, like scrap everything and rebuild it from the bottom again?
Which is crazy to think after just paying your quarterback $60 million a year, whatever it is.
Mr. Irrelevant,
Yeah,
and just going to the Super Bowl, what, a few years ago?
yeah, yeah. 3 years.
Some losses that we've seen in recent weeks is wide receiver Mike Williams is officially retiring from the NFL after 8 seasons. We saw him go on the PUP list, facing a short minor injury. What seemed to be a short minor injury turned out to become a retirement for Mike Williams. Um, for fantasy value, he's had his ups and downs, but injuries have really told on his career. And
Mm.
obviously, this is why he is retiring after 8 seasons. It's a very short season for wide receivers. Usually, they last at least double digits. But again, when a player like this, Mike Williams, is constantly facing injury, you tend to see it, and you tend to see them retire early.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, he's always been a physical guy. Like he's one of the best jump ball receivers that I've ever watched. To be honest with you, when he was in his
Yeah,
prime with the Chargers, he was always a consistent deep threat. But the injuries, have always been there. So unfortunately, I guess I caught up to him after 8 seasons, and congrats on retirement and a pretty solid career.
yeah. Another one who's had a pretty solid career after 13 seasons is retiring from the NFL is defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he's always been a big name throughout his career. Obviously, the past couple seasons, you haven't heard his name all too much. But again, he was, I believe, a 5-time Pro Bowler. So, I mean, the guy was relevant in many years of his 13 seasons. Obviously, age becomes a factor, and, father time takes the wheels off, and you got to hang the cleats up.
Yeah, no, it happens. Especially, I mean, he's a big guy, so.
Yeah,
But when he started with the Lions, he was really good, really good.
he's a beast.
Yeah, he was.
So that's all the retirements that I got. Moving on to a quick little signing, Von Miller, linebacker. He may be still up there in age, but he's got some left in him. He's signing with the Commanders. So obviously he's signing with the Commanders, and a little follow up to that is Terry McLaurin still has not gotten paid. He's still missing out. Zach Ertz has been saying he really wants to see his wide receiver get paid the money that he wants to get paid. And obviously, there's also trade rumors that he could go to New England. Again, at 30 years old, it becomes the question: do you want to trade him? What value can you get out of him? And how much money do you actually want to pay the guy? Um, I mean, do you see him staying with the Commanders, or do you see him getting traded?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've seen now a ton of these contract disputes just end in the players eventually getting paid.
Yeah.
But it kind of is a long a long standoff. So I guess just have to wait a little bit longer. And I assume he will, especially after the fact that he pretty much just had a career year with Jaden Daniels at quarterback. By far his best quarterback that he's had, and it's the best year that I've seen him play in a little bit now. Um, you know, I think this would be a huge move for New England if he is to get traded, of course. And even Pittsburgh, I heard them too, but that was a little bit before DK, so I would assume they're out now. But yeah, if New England's able to make this move, I think that's unbelievable because, like I said, we just saw him have a career year. Yeah, he's at 30 years old, but he could still play. Obviously, he's going to be, as consistent as he has been his entire career in my personal opinion. So I would love a guy like Terry McLaurin on my team. Watched him for a few years at OSU, and I'm just so happy that finally, with a real quarterback, people are starting to, see what he can actually do in the league.
Hey, I never had doubts.
No, right, but I mean, maybe it's just me. I never liked hearing, Metcalf is over McLaurin. That was one thing that I never liked hearing, and some people will still say to this day that he is, and I get it. He's a freak of nature, but I love Terry McLaurin. I've always been on the fact that he's better than DK Metcalf, and after this past year, I'm really happy with how it went, and I hope it continues. So.
He is looking, if I'm correct, he's seeking about $30 million a year. As a commander, if you're the GM, would you pay him the $30 million?
Yeah. I mean, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler in 6 seasons. I mean, he has gone over 1,000 yards each of the last 5 years. He just missed it his rookie year in 919. I mean, this kid has been Mr. Consistent with nobody's at quarterback. So I think you kind of have to, give him what he wants. And if that's $30 million and it's $30 million, I don't know what to tell you.
Gary, speak it into existence. I was talking with a cousin of mine, and we were talking about this. We were having a debate actually about this, and he was asking me whether or not I think he's worth $30 million at 30 years old. And I told him straight out. I didn't tell him the stats that you just gave, but if I'm a Patriot, who is the wide receiver one there? Stephon Diggs?
Diggs right now, yeah.
Diggs? Really? I'd put McLaurin over Diggs.
Yeah.
Hot take. I
don't think it's right now, yeah. Right now, yeah.
I would be willing to pay $30 million. I would like to pay him maybe like 26, 27, but at that point, I don't think he would leave the Commanders or want to leave the Commanders, and you probably just match the Commanders' deal if that is the case. So the Patriots, they were willing to overspend on Chris Godwin and some other big names in the free agency. Didn't obviously go trade for him. McLaurin, what can you get? Maybe a second round, 2 second rounds? I don't think you're going to give up a first.
I don't think it would be that much, to be honest. I don't think it would be like 2 second round worth that much. I don't.
A 2 and a 4?
I was gonna say like a 3rd and a 4th, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know what it would be, but to me that's not really anything. But I get it. Like I'd be willing
to give up a 2 and a 4.
Older, but like again, he was an old rookie, or an older rookie, I should say. He stayed his whole career at OSU, so he didn't come in his junior year. But he's only been in the league for 6 years. But
have you seen a decline from him, or has it always just?
I've never seen a decline from him. He had 7 touchdowns his rookie year, and then never had higher than 5 after that until this year, where he had 13. Finally, with a competent quarterback. I mean, he had Kirk Cousins, who was okay. Taylor Heineke, who was actually okay, but he was only there for
a couple games. Good, yeah.
And then who else? I mean, to be totally honest with you, if I really thought about it right now, like I'm just trying to get through this. If I really try to think about it right now, I can name you some of the guys. But at this single moment, I can't name a guy that he had a quarterback.
No. So. Was Marcus Mariota at any point over there?
Probably.
He sounds like a guy that was over there at least for a stint. Yeah, I'd be willing to pay him $30 million. I mean, pair him up with Demario Douglas, Stephon Diggs, McLaurin. I mean, we know the Diggs drama that we dealt with, but I don't really see that being a problem. I'm willing to give up 2 and a 4. Sure, that could be a lot of capital, but honestly, he's getting around 30 years old. He hasn't really seen a decline. You match him up with Drake May. I mean, sky's the limit again. Obviously, I think fantasy-wise, maybe loses a little value in fantasy compared to Jane Daniels and Drake May. But still, the consistency there, and he's still going to finish as a top 15 wide receiver easily with May there.
So I just looked up the stat. He's played with 13 different starting quarterbacks in his 6 years in the NFL. In each season of his career, he has had a different week 1 starter throwing the ball.
That's crazy.
Sam Howell just came to mind too. That was one of the names.
Sam Howell. That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, he hasn't had anything until now. He just went for almost 1,100 and 13 touchdowns. So.
Mr. Consistent.
Right. That's all he's been. That's all he's ever been.
13 quarterbacks, and yet the guy can finish over 1,000 receiving yards.
5 years in a row.
80 yards shy in his rookie season.
Right.
Like, come on now.
He's a stud.
Pay the man. Moving on to some other news notes about getting paid, actually. TJ Watt has agreed to a record contract, 3 years, $123 million extension. That is $41 million a year. He is now the highest paid non-quarterback, just beating Myles Garrett by just a little bit. If I'm correct, I saw J.J. Watt tweet out something about saying that he's no longer covering the tab of T.J. Watt at the dinner table, and all that, something along those lines. So he gets paid. But not only that, I'm actually very impressed about what the Jets have done in the past couple of weeks. They've actually signed not one, but two face of the franchise players for their team, and each on different sides of the ball. Wide receiver Garrett Wilson agreeing to a 4-year, $130 million extension. And then cornerback Sauce Gardner, he is agreeing to a 4-year, $120.4 million contract extension. Obviously, TJ Watt, we know he was going to get paid. He's a great player. But for the Jets, this is what you want to see from them, because now you know that Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner are going to be there and to stay, whether or not they're going to rebuild after next year if Justin Fields doesn't work out, or they finally secured their two big guys that they want to secure, who have been Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, I mean, these are two of some of the best guys at their position in the league. Sauce Gardner, in my opinion, two, three, and a year for cornerbacks, a big price to pay, but I guess. But he's a top corner, and Garrett Wilson, I mean, we've kind of been waiting for him to explode for a little bit now. Will he do it this year with Justin Fields, his former Ohio State teammate? Who knows? I would love to see that happen. But I think they had to pay him too, because there were, talks and rumors of him possibly walking out of New York. Clearly not anymore. So good job for them to do that. And as for TJ Watt, I mean, he deserves it too. I know, there was a lot of talk that both sides couldn't agree to it. He wanted a third year on his contract. He got it. Getting 41 M's. So I hope he's happy now. But yeah, good for all these guys.
Yeah, and not only that, Chiefs, who love to pay their offensive line, we saw in Joe Thuney before, they're signing guard Trey Smith to a $94 million 4-year contract extension. He is now the highest paid guard.
Yeah, and I mean, he should be. He's their best offensive lineman. And, to be totally honest with you, offensive linemen are on their way down, in my opinion. They, have really gone down over the years, and there are only a few teams that I can think of that have an all-line that I can trust right now. And, Trey Smith is one of those players that I can trust. So good job by the Chiefs for solidifying the protection for Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, and that's some protection that they will definitely need for the Chiefs. Let's go into our last part of the notes, and maybe more of the deeper part. Maybe Gary doesn't even want to talk about this part because a player of his is on the list. But let's go into some, scandals, off the field scandals. Yeah, you can say that too. Wide receiver Jordan Addison, he resolved his DUI case by pleading no contest and a lesser charge. This means he could still he's not officially suspended at all, but he could still be suspended by the NFL. Now, this is something to keep in mind for fantasy-wise when you're drafting him in redrafts. But I think with this type of thing, you're probably going to see 3 to 6 games max of a suspension. I don't see him getting more than 6 games of a suspension.
Yeah, I believe it was a misdemeanor anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I was going to say 4 games.
Yeah. Rashee Rice, this one's a bigger one. He was sentenced to 30 days in jail. Crazy to think that you're sentenced in jail and still on a player on the team. But this was over Dallas high-speed crash. He pleaded guilty to 2 third-degree felony charges involving serious bodily injury and racing on a highway causing bodily injury. This is subject to suspension from the NFL. So he hasn't been suspended, but he will definitely be suspended from the NFL. That is determined comparing to the Jordan Addison, who might not get suspended. My time frame I put on this suspension, I think he could face as little of 6 to 8 games, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, just maybe, that they could suspend him for a whole year.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that as well. I mean, this is a big charge. You know, two felonies. People got hurt, obviously, and this is nowhere near where Jordan Addison's suspension should be, in my opinion. Um, so this could be a hammer dropping on Kansas City, which is unfortunate because I'm a big fan of Rashee Rice, and I think that he's obviously the wide receiver one there, and he was kind of just getting started. And I hope that this doesn't, truly affect his career. I hope he can, be a better person and come back after this because, like I said, I really do like him as a player, and I think that offense looks really good when he's there. So.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know I've been saying Xavier Worthy has been my bust all year, but again, this is something to keep in mind that if Rashee Rice misses time,
Yeah.
whether it's 6 to 8 or the whole year, Xavier Worthy's stock will skyrocket even more.
Yeah.
Which means I'm just going to double down that he's going to be even more of a bust. I mean, I don't have the notes on me anymore, but again, still wide receiver 21 being drafted or finishing as a wide receiver 21 being the starter. I mean, come on now. Let's be real, guys. He's on the Chiefs? Is that why? I think if you put him on any other team, he's considered a bust, and he's not even as close, as highly valued as that. Some other news. Gary, do you want to talk about this news? You can. You know what? It's your team. Let's just hear from yours.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should talk about it because we were going to if we would have had one of those shows this past week. But yeah, so Quinshon Judkins unfortunately can't keep himself out of trouble. He was arrested on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence. Reportedly hit, I believe it was his ex-girlfriend in the face and in the thigh or something like that. So he had a court hearing, and I don't think the exact details of that were released, but I think it's possible that he could also serve 30 days in jail, like Rashee Rice, if I'm not mistaken. As of right now, it is a misdemeanor, so I don't personally think it's going to affect him too much, and I hope it doesn't affect him too much. I hope he can come back again as a better person, like I said, for Rice, because I love Quinshon Judkins. I love what he did at OSU, and I would love if he could do the same thing for the Browns. But obviously, as of right now, all of that is in jeopardy because he can't keep himself out of trouble. I don't really get it with these athletes. Everybody makes mistakes. But I feel like we just hear about stuff like this way too often. And, you guys are way too talented and getting paid way too much to be making mistakes like these. So we need to do better.
Keep talking. Maybe the Browns can do better at some point in their tenure of Cleveland Brown. Did you read the report, by the way, at all?
Which one, like the actual police report or the?
Yeah, the police report.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the call. I saw the information like within the call. I saw that, she reportedly got hit on the 7th and then stayed at his house for 5 days, and didn't report it until after. And that kind of raises some questions for me, of course. But
of course,
at the same time, I'm not gonna, say she's money hungry or anything like that. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened exactly, so I won't say anything about it. But yeah, definitely raises some question marks because, no matter who you are, if something happens to you one day, you're probably not going to wait 5 days to report it. But then again, I've never been in a situation like that, so I don't know.
I think it was better that you weren't at the scene. In case it did happen, you might have been hit in the crossfire. Yeah. The report I also saw was that the dispute was over something that maybe she cheated on him, something along those lines.
Yes.
Yeah, and saying something like, "It's not what you think," the classic, type of thing. It's not what you think. Obviously, there's not that much details really coming from this. Obviously, Cleveland won't state it. Same thing with the Chiefs; they won't state it because it's an ongoing legal case. I think we'll see more within the next couple of weeks of this specific case. And obviously, Jordan Addison or Rashee Rice, we may see more next month of what kind of suspension they will hold. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're going to see with those three cases.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Gary, you got any more news or notes from around the league for one last time?
No.
Well, then it's time. Let's get into the most important time. It is time to draft NFL mock draft Superflex with IDP. Gary, is that what you want? You want the number one overall pick?
No, I actually I thought you were gonna randomize it anyways. I'm gonna request that it be randomized. Let's have some fun again.
Should we ChatGPT? Should we Siri it again?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, let me see if Siri will work this time.
Yeah, let's see this time.
Hey Siri, pick a number 1 through 10. Well, Gary, you went far. You went as far as number 2.
Awesome.
Siri, do it again. You think she'll actually do it again? No, she's gonna still just give me 2. Oh,
awesome.
Hey Siri, pick a number 1 through 10. There's no way I got 2 again.
What is up with Siri?
Hey Siri, pick a number 1 through 10 that's not 2. 4.
There you go.
4, there it is. So I'll take number 4. Again, this is 18 rounds. Quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 super flex, 1 kicker, 1 defensive team, and 1 defensive player. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start this mock draft. Wow, Lamar Jackson going first.
I'll be totally honest with you. I was debating on picking Chase at 2, but now that Allen is here, I can't really do that.
Oh man. Well, I was debating on taking Daniels at 4, but now that Jamar Chase is here, I'll take Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow, Bijan Robinson, Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson closing out the first round. Coming back over, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, Brian Thomas, CeeDee Lamb, Patrick Mahomes, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm on the clock here, and I got a potential to kind of maybe try something interesting. And I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to take Malik Neighbors, something I'm not usually into, but I'm taking Malik Neighbors. Puka Nacua goes in between. Gary, what are you up for?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough spot, but...
Oh, are you going to do it? Oh, no, are you going to do it?
No. The easy choice, for me at least, is right here.
Oh, okay. Derrick Henry goes for Gary, then Trey McBride, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Team 1 looks legit, but maybe a couple of years ago, maybe. With Christian McCaffrey. Gary, back on the clock. Ooh, there's some interesting options coming around.
Honestly, I really want to go running back, but I'm not going to do that. There's so much depth at the wide receiver position, but I think Nico Collins being there at wide receiver 8, I'll take it. Yeah, no, I like Nico Collins. I actually debated about taking him at 2.7. Devon Achane going at 3.3. Give me Bucky Irving at 3.4. Cannot go wrong. Are we, by the way, going to talk about the fact that Brian Thomas Jr. is being drafted as a wide receiver 3? Oh, yeah, I still think it's ridiculous. That is absurd. How is A.J. Brown falling to wide receiver 9? Yeah, I was thinking about also doing picking him, but I was like, not going to do it. I'm back on the clock here to go over the recap. A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Drake London, Baker Mayfield, Ladd McConkey close out the 3rd round. Starting the 4th round, Josh Jacobs, Kyren Williams, I was hoping would fall, but I knew wouldn't. Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. The fact that Garrett Wilson is in the 4th round is a steal, in my opinion. Absolute steal. I'm back on the clock here, and I'm going to take Chase Brown. I'm going to take my running backs. Marvin Harrison going just before. Was that a snipe, Gary? No, it wasn't. I was kind of set on this guy.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna do it. Okay.
I mean, that's
I was eyeing him. James Cook. Tyreek Hill, Marion Hampton going for team 1. Gary, you're back on the clock.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of wanted Tyreek there. That's okay. He took him. I'm gonna go a guy that we were talking about earlier.
No, because I was looking at him.
We could take T. Higgins, who was I guess now that you have Chase Brown, you might not.
Yeah, no, I'm good with what I got here.
How about you take a quarterback?
Yeah, but that's pretty boring, no?
Yeah, I guess.
I will be taking a quarterback though here. I'm just debating. I got a lot of options here, and that's what I hate, having a lot of options.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has high potential. Kyler Murray, I loved always drafting him. Does he have the potential to still do good in fantasy? Maybe. Drake May could be potential limit. Ceiling going up higher from last year. Brock Purdy, again, we've seen him as a top 10. CJ Stroud finished outside. Could be dealing with some issues. Jared Goff, another top 10. Give me Kyler. Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Drake May, T. Higgins, and CJ Stroud. Wow, a lot of quarterbacks I just named all just go. Mike Evans, Jared Goff, Sam Laporta, Kenneth Walker, Tara McMillan, and Travion Henderson going. That was a big snipe from Henderson and Team 5. Team 5 is absolutely sniping me. By the way, he sniped me on Amon-Ra. He also sniped me on Breece Hall. And then he sniped me on Travion Henderson. He sniped me every time coming back.
You know what? He's got a pretty good team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he actually does. Let's see. Give me. I have a feeling I know who you might take. So
me. I just saw the guy there.
Give me Jordan Love. Pair him up.
Okay.
Joe Mixon. I actually was thinking about him. He's going to Team 3. Oh no.
I cannot do it.
I mean, I love that you always double down with him. Yeah, I can't complain on that pick. I think it's honestly a great pick.
Then I guess I'll take my quarterback too, who's a guy that always falls down and is always a good quarterback when he's fully healthy.
Yeah. No way. I was going to take Travis Hunter, but I was going to take him on my IDP. I was going to take him on the IDP.
That's right. I forgot we had that.
I was going to take him on the IDP. Oh, man, that's tough. Well, back to the drawing board, I guess. JJ McCarthy, he's climbing up the boards. Just keep in mind. Give me Zay Flowers. I like the potential on him. I'll take it. Judkins, DJ Moore, then Judkins, Harvey, Metcalf, Hawkinson, Fields, then starting the 8th round, Connor Olave, good value at the 8-2. David Montgomery, also good value, 8-3. And then Smith, Devonta Smith, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. QB being God tier, Gary.
Go ahead. It's a joke.
I will not. I will be doubling down on Jameson Williams, in fact.
Okay.
Tyler Warren going at 8-8. Also, can we just mention how this has completely been different than, oh no, you know why? Because Marcus Grant's Our Show was a 1 quarterback. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say, why has JJ McCarthy climbed up boards? Have people been listening?
No. Oh, man, this is tough because these RBs are kind of scary. In a real-world scenario, I would probably have drafted a running back at where I drafted Devontae because I have 2 in the same bye week, which I factor in a lot. I guess I'll go here.
Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good pick, Isaiah Pacheco. Oh.
What? What the heck is that?
Sleeper, you need to fix your IDPs. Richard Sherman goes at 9-1.
What just happened? Are you kidding me?
We're going to have a very interesting draft if this is how we're starting the IDP.
That is hilarious. Oh my God. Okay.
Well, Team 1 was doing okay.
Yeah. Until that made them great. Oh man, that's hilarious. Okay.
God tier.
Well, I guess I don't have to worry about team one. Um,
Their draft is a little Their first four picks maybe were big. Or that.
I'm gonna go. I think I might not be able to wait for this guy to go. If it would load. Nice. I've already drafted my player, but it's just not going through.
I have a feeling I know where my guy is going to go, and I think he's going to get robbed.
Well, I think I should reload my sweeper.
Why? Did Sleeper crash?
Yeah, I just currently have an everlasting circle around my player when I'm trying to draft him. So. Oh, there we go.
Oh, Evan Ingram. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Mario Addison.
Oh, no. Well, it's only one IDP flex, so the goal is hopefully that this is only one player that they take.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to take Cortland Sutton for my
Okay.
wide receiver. I'm going to close out. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
same.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, this is looking
Guys
bad.
haven't played in years.
Well, it seems like I'm not even going to read you guys the ninth round because it was pretty unrelevant. Dunze, Swift, Addison, Waddle, Godwin, Jones going in the 10th round. I'm back on the clock, and going to be honest, I need running backs, so I'm going to take Brian Robinson. I'm going to take a shot at him. Ooh, JJ McCarthy goes.
Well,
10th
I
round.
think I'll take a guy that's obviously going to put up wide receiver one number.
You should take Ndamukong Suh.
Should I?
I would have taken Judy if it wasn't for me already having 5 receivers on my team. I must say. I might have to be on the trade block, looking to trade for a running back in this league. You did it. You took Tyron Tracy away from me.
Well, I mean, I can't say that I don't like, or I can't say that I think Cam Scadabo's game is going to translate to the NFL and not be high on Tyron Tracy, right?
No, yeah, I can't knock it. It's good. Give me Tony Pollard. I'm going to, again, keep going. Man, Calvin Ridley was another guy I was eyeing.
Yeah, that was your boy.
Huh?
That was your boy. I'm surprised you didn't take him.
I have too many wide receivers. I have way too many wide receivers.
I can't believe, by the way, that just because they drafted Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed has fallen so far.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're overhyping him. They think Matthew Golden is the next big man and going to do amazing. That's not the case. Oh, man. This could be a reach, but give me Javonte Williams. I'm in desperate need of running backs.
Yeah, I get it. This is my guy right there, Debo. But that's okay.
Honestly, if McLaurin leaves, Devo could be up for another big year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, give me a guy, I guess, that if injuries happen in this room.
No, that's a good pick. Jalen Warren, Ricky Pearsall going at the 12-13 turn. Back on the clock, Gary. How you feeling on this?
I say we get this party started.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Getting the party started early. Well, give me Jordan Mason. Another running back. Duncan Kane, Zach Charbonnet, Tucker Kraft, Najee Harris, Jake Ferguson, Josh Downs, Tajay Spears, Luther Burton, Kyle Pitts, Ramondre Stevenson, Rasheed.
There you go.
Bates. There we go. Another kicker. Another kicker.
Tyler Luke.
Well, I guess it might be time to maybe draft someone. By drafting someone, I mean maybe drafting a tight end. and that's going to be Zach Ertz.
Oh, I thought you were thinking of drafting Patrick Peterson, the guy that also hasn't played in a couple years.
Oh man, my goodness, my God, this is interesting.
It really is. It's kind of funny, actually. Oh, I know who I can take.
Who can you take? Oh my God, I'm glad
God.
we're finishing up. I'm glad we're finishing up this year, this show with Jaden Ford going to you again.
Just because I want to see you not get who you want, I'll take this.
Think you're funny, huh? Think you're funny. I'll double up on tight ends. I'll get Hunter Henry combo. My goodness, they're all going. This is not what I was expecting. Oh, wow. Okay.
We've reached
Okay.
the AI. Who is that?
Ayalola?
Who is that? He's only 26. He might still be in the league, but I don't know who that is.
Oh, man. What am I doing? Why am I clicking on? Give me the Eagles defense.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I think I can wait till the last round to draft my IDP player.
I think so. I think you might be in the clear. I think
Definitely.
you might be in the clear on that.
Let's go. Let's just go right here, I guess. Who's J Funds?
At least we're getting a player drafted in on a team.
Yeah.
That's a defensive player. I think that's the first one. Oh, except for of course Travis Hunter.
Okay, so I don't know IDP like that, to be honest with you. I'm just going to draft this guy because I'm going to draft this guy because he is highest projected points, not because I think he's Myles Garrett. He's not. He's absolutely not.
I hate that you said that you're going to wait until last round and then took my guy.
Yep. Because then I saw you were coming around, so I was like, oh, well, he'll probably do it. So.
Oh man. My goodness. The defensive player Sleeper, you need to fix this because it is horrendously bad. Unless Sleeper, you can tell me what I'm doing wrong here on this Sleeper setup. But last time I checked, I don't think they're supposed to only set up 18 points. Maybe it's a scoring system, but again, it should not be that way. Should I take Myles Garrett? I thought you were going to take Myles Garrett, maybe. You know what? Give me Micah Parsons.
Adrian Claiborne, legend. Let's go.
Wow. Oh wow, they're all going. Oh, all the defensive players are going. So, like Sleeper, please,
in the
Sleeper,
world?
tell me. This guy doesn't even have a profile picture.
Silas Kelly gets
Oh man.
Oh, I have no idea who that is.
Well, I'll finish it with Kaimi Fairbairn.
There you go. Ryan Kerrigan, wow, beast in his day, but he hasn't played in years.
5 years? 6 years? I don't know. It's been a while.
What else do I need? Nothing. So then, I guess I'll just take a backup IDP player. Probably what I should do.
It's brutal. It's brutal. It's so bad.
This is so stupid. I'm going to take a Jacarius Flanders.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
That's what I think.
He was let go by the Giants 5 years ago.
My God.
That's hilarious.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is, in fact, the IDP draft of a Superflex League. And just saying, if your teams are drafting like this in IDP, well, then you get your best of the best players available. Gary, have you ever played in IDP leagues?
I haven't, and that's why I was like, I didn't know who to draft, but I mean, obviously, I was just looking at the best defensive players, and I sorted it by, um, you know, highest projected points in the season. And it was TJ Watt, so I just took him.
Yeah. Linebackers usually tend to score more, and then defensive
Exactly.
backs, and then defensive linemen. At least that was how my league was when I was a part of an IDP league. Maybe I'll join another one this year. I don't know. I might be interested in joining one, do some IDP. But recap. How do you feel on your team? Let's go quarterback
Actually,
position. Quarterback
actually,
position.
yeah, I was pretty happy with how this draft went. Believe it or not, I didn't like my last draft, but this one I actually liked. I mean, Josh Allen fell to 1-2, and even if I got Lamar, that would also be great. But Dak Prescott is a guy that I've always liked just because he's so consistent when he's fully healthy. Granted, he's gotten hurt a couple
Mhm.
times, but when he's fully healthy, he's a QB1 with ease. And I kind of hate seeing him fall to like that quarterback 17 range for some reason he gets drafted at. I feel like, um, in here, I don't think he was that far down, but yeah, I'd easily take him with the 7-2 to pair with Josh Allen. And, I got a couple more Cowboys and Brandon Aubrey and Jaden Blue. Those are the two guys that I always have to get. Um, but I like the way the draft went. I didn't notice that I picked Cook and Allen, which I wouldn't do on any normal draft. But um, Henry and Cook, I love those running backs. Wide receiver room looks pretty solid in my opinion. So I was really happy with how it went. How do you feel about yours?
Yeah, I must just quickly say that you starting Allen and Cook, one of them is going to get the rushing touchdown at least.
Right, right.
Um, Honestly, I wish we had like two more rounds because I feel like there was a couple more players that I wish we could have drafted. Um, like Marvin Mims was a good one that didn't get drafted, but again, he probably could have with the last couple picks being all freaking defense. But I tended to not do this, but it ended up just happening to go this way. That I had a pair of positional players in each time. Like I never drafted differently back to
Mm-hmm.
back rounds. It was always receiver, running back, quarterback, and then receivers, and then running backs, and then tight ends, until the very end, of course, with linebacker, kicker, defense. I think overall my team is stacked. Wide receivers are stacked. Would have been nice if I paired up Chase and Monra, but running backs I would say are pretty good. Irving and Brown, two top 10 running backs. But again, these are players that also have high ceilings and also low floor possibilities. I expect them to again have back-to-back seasons where they're going to have a high ceiling like we saw last year. Kyler Murray, and Jordan Love. I mean, these are two great quarterbacks that I love to have on my team, and they're going to get consistently production each and every week, and are top 12 quarterbacks. Um, Wide receivers again, backup wide receivers. Again, I can't complain on them. Zay Flowers, Jameson Williams, Cortland Sutton. I mean, if these are my backups, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll probably, if I actually had this league, I'd probably try and trade one of them. Maybe also another backup running back that I have, maybe Brian Robinson, try and get some other big name guy for a running back. Maybe try and get like a Kyron Williams, Trayvon Henderson, like some guys like that to try and bulk up my running backs. But other than that, I mean, I'm only going to have to deal with them for the bye weeks, which again, they're pretty much starters, if not. And then tight ends also, I don't mind. I don't mind the two tight ends that I paired up. I actually like this team for a team that I didn't. I don't like doing what I did with back to backs, but I kind of liked how it came out.
I do too, honestly. That I really like the look of this team for the fact that we're in a two quarterback league and you didn't take one till the fifth. It looks
Yeah.
pretty good. I'm a big fan of Jordan Love, so I like that. We swung at him, even though he's kind of fallen down the drafts a little bit. But I mean, I
Which is
get it.
weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of get it because he's a little bit inconsistent, and I love him, but
But
he's
they added a wide Christian Watson. God dear.
yeah, right. Exactly. But I mean, he dealt with injury last year as well, of course. But I kind of get why he's going here, but I think he should be over guys like, May, Purdy. Um, I maybe even I guess I'd put him in the Stroud tier as well.
I knew you were going to say something similar to that because I
Well,
also feel the same way.
yeah, right. Like I feel the same way. I feel like they're both quarterbacks that had great 2023s and then did not have great 2024s.
Yeah.
So they're both guys that I expect to bounce back. Obviously, both being fully healthy, both having fully support cast around them. I think they'll fully bounce back. I think both of them are going to be better than Herbert, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I like both of those guys for where they're going, and the fact that you were able to nab one up at that spot, good for you. And I like the way the rest of this team looks. So,
cannot go wrong with that. Then, cannot go wrong with that. If you had to grade my team, and I grade yours, how would you grade it?
I honestly give yours an A. To be honest with you, I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Sutton fell to 9-4. I really am.
Yeah, I'm also very surprised. The fact that I saw him there, I was like, I thought you might have taken him at the 9-2, and I was like, oh man, he might take him. But no, I really like it, and I like your team too. So I'd probably grade yours like A minus too, maybe an A. I think your team probably just outproduces mine by a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have taken. I saw something there, and I was thinking of taking him there. Although I didn't know that this round was one of the AI defensive player drafts, or the IDP draft rounds. So I should have guessed that all the bots were going to take defensive players. Once I saw Richard Sherman go off in 9-1, but yeah, that probably would have been my pick. But again, I saw a couple teams. I saw like 4 teams not have tight ends yet. So I thought, there's going to be one of them that took them. So
yeah, and I must say, Team 5 I think is looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, at least a good start. Yeah, no, they're good throughout. Cup at 12-6 is kind of crazy too. But yeah, I love both the quarterbacks, both the wide receivers. I still can't get over AJ Brown falling to 3-5. I mean, that's what, tight end 10 or wide receiver 10.
Yeah.
Thomas going to wide receiver 3. It makes no sense to me. I get it. He had a great year last year, but come on, guys, let's go. Let's wake up here.
This obviously could be completely different when it comes down to next month when we are back. But I'm excited to see how this specific draft is going to change completely when it comes down to actually us drafting in August. Of course, if you haven't done so already, go use that code SportsTimeHQ on Underdog Fantasy. They'll match first deposit up to $1,000. And again, go get yourself a trophy, ring, or belt on TrophySmack.com/SportsTimeHQ. Again, you can start offering deals when you guys start using that link, SportsTimeHQ/TrophySmack.com/SportsTimeHQ. Again, Underdog Fantasy SportsTimeHQ, TrophySmack.com/SportsTimeHQ. That's going to end our show, and that's going to wrap up the month of us getting special guest stars and the month of mock drafts and whatnot. And Gary, it's going to be a little bit since we are back on the show.
Yeah, no, it'll be a nice rest for us, but I mean, we're always going to be, live and looking at information and stuff and getting everything out still. So don't have to worry. If you guys feel like you're going to miss us, don't worry. We're still here. We'll be dropping out some content. Obviously, Freddie's always on top of it. So, but yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, see you guys in about a month. Again, August 24th is when we will have our next show, right around 12 p.m. Eastern. Again, that is subject to change if not. It is set for August 24th at 12 p.m. Eastern time on that Sunday when I am back from vacation anyways. But again, if you haven't done so already, check out Gary all over social media at GDPicks. I'm Fernando. I'm your host of Sports Time HQ, and we'll all see you in one whole month.